Hey family, Almedia here, Almedia Exum. Just popping in for a few minutes. I'm not going to be long. I just wanted to chop it up for a few minutes while I'm in this car. Happy Life Day. Happy Life Day to each and every one of you all. I'm using my other phone, my main phone, to do this video. I normally don't use this phone because I don't like how the phone quality is, the video quality. But it's all good. I need to do a facial, but it's not about me right now. You know what I was thinking about today, y'all? I was thinking about how we can learn from children. How, children really do teach us not only patience, but how to have an open mind. So if you have children in your family, children in your life, maybe you see the neighbor's kids and, whatever it may be, just realize we can truly learn from children. And the more I'm around these young, beautiful spirits, these young, beautiful souls, I'm learning more about me. I'm learning more about patience. I'm learning more about, how to think outside the box, And that's a beautiful thing. And so to anyone who has children in your family, children, in your neighborhood, just be aware that these young beings, these beautiful, amazing spirits, can teach us. They can teach us. We can learn from them. So don't discredit the children out here, y'all. It's so easy for adults to just discredit kids or make them feel like they don't know what they're talking about. But these young souls, they know some stuff. And we can learn from them. Today is a new moon. And anyone who's interested in the moon cycles, and it's also going to be, it's a new moon, it's a blood moon, and I think there's an eclipse happening today. And so when you think about this type of stuff, if you're interested in this type of stuff, new moons, full moons, eclipses, blood moons, you realize it's all energy, the cycles of the moon. And when you learn about this type of stuff, that you know that it's all connected to our higher selves. And so during these times of the year where we have new moon, we have new moons every month, but when we have eclipses and blood moons and stuff, just be aware of your energy and your vibration. And during this time, something I've noticed is just the power of young minds. So I hope I'm not talking too randomly with y'all. I just wanted to pop in and talk about that because, I have a lot of little ones in my life that I know and I love and I care about. And none of my own, but all children are my children. And while I'm thinking about this new moon and stuff, I'm thinking about what is the universe God speaking to me about and want me to learn as a human. Because that's what, during the new moons and stuff, you're learning more about who you are and your connection. And, and it's a whole science behind it. But, it's based on science. But I was thinking about the young people. And I was thinking about how, they're connected to God. Just like we are. And in a different way because they're younger than us. So I feel like because they're more newer, they're younger than us, they're closer to God presence than us, I feel like. And I just be thinking about that, I remember I was at the park the other day and there was this mom and she was cursing out her 7-year-old daughter, and these other kids were like, oh, Mimi, she's snapping on her daughter and stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's not nice. You have to have respect for these young beings because these young kids can teach us some stuff. I had a child in my family, my nephew. I had him over and he was telling me, he was asking me for bubbles, right? And I bought him some bubbles, but he used all of them. And he was like, Auntie Mimi, can you buy me more bubbles? And I said, I'm not going to be able to buy you more bubbles because I don't have the time to go to the store to get more bubbles. And he was like, Auntie Mimi. Now this young, brilliant soul, amazing spirit, 4 years old. He's 4 years old. He was like, Auntie Mimi, you could just put soap in it. I was like, what? He was like, pointing to the dish detergent, right? I should know this because I grew up in an era where, everything is hood rigged or whatever, hoodwinked or whatever you call it. Basically, you do things the hood way to like make things work and last and stuff like that. And so he pointed to the dish detergent. He was like, we can use that to make more bubbles because it's soap. I was like, what? I'm like, you are so right. And I was like, where you learn that from? Your mommy teach you that? I don't know. 4 years old. And so he reminded me of this before I dropped him off. He was like, Auntie Mimi, you going to give me my bubbles? And I was like, I told you I can't get you the bubbles because we're not going to have time to stop at the store. He was like, remember the soap. I was like, oh yeah. Because, you know, kids be remember anything you tell them. And this is what he told me. So I went to get the dish detergent soap and I just poured it into the bubble container, the bubbles container thingy. And I put more water in there and I shook it up. And I was like, Manny, this is so brilliant. His nickname is Manny. He was like, see, Auntie, easy peasy. And you know what that taught me? For one, he's adorable and he needs his own television show, for real. Yeah, I want to do a TV show just for children, and I'm figuring that out, like my own like YouTube show just for children only. I would love to do that, like Almedia presents Kids TV. I would love to just like have that. But I say all this to say, what that taught me was kids don't sweat over stuff. They don't sweat over the big things. He was like, see, Auntie, easy peasy. And that's what he did. Easy peasy. Adorable. And I just realized, like, life can be very simple. I'm telling this little boy, no, we're not going to the store. I'm not going to have time. And he's like, look, we can just add soap to it. Soap and bubbles. Soap and water and make bubbles. Easy peasy. Don't discredit these young kids, y'all. These young kids, they can teach us stuff. They can teach us. Another time I was frustrated in the car and he was like, Auntie, be nice, Auntie, be nice. And I was like, you're right. And I was frustrated because I was in a rush somewhere. And you know, kids, they teach us patience. They teach us to think outside of the box. They teach us to jump in the puddle when it rains, to dance in the rain. And so during this new moon, I've been really thinking about how powerful these little beings are. You know, another child in my family, she manifested a friend in the park. And we talk about manifestation because it's real. And she was like, Mimi, I was thinking I wanted a friend. I was thinking it and thinking it and thinking it. And I said, I want a girl to come to the park. I want a girl to come to the park. And she came to the park and her name is almost my name. And she's almost my age. And her hair is just like mine. And I was like, remember we were talking to you about how when you think things, you know, the universe, God makes a way for you. You know, and I said, you manifested that. She was like, I did. These young beings are closer to God than us, are closer to the God presence. And so we don't need to discredit them. Show them love and respect because they teach us just like we teach them. It's a community. That's all I want to talk about during this full moon, this new moon, this blood moon. That's supposed to be an eclipse today too. I hope you all during this time harness the energy to just put out good intentions in the universe. We're all extensions of God, right? And when you put out good intentions, when you have your vision board and you're speaking over it, especially tonight, light a candle, you know, thank God, the universe, for all it has given you and all that it will give you. Just be intentional and put some good intentions out because it's supposed to be very powerful during like eclipses and full moons. And this isn't any type of like witchery or sorcery or nothing like that. You know, it's just real. And I want to encourage you all to really just today and every day to not only remember to have happy life days, but think about how you can grow and how you can grow not only within yourself, but within the people and communities around you, with your neighborhood, your community, the children in your life, the family members in your life, the relationships you have. Think about, how are you learning today? How are you growing? And I was thinking about the topic of children, and I hope this resonated with some of you all and it made you think differently about the children in your life, the children in your neighborhood. Maybe you're a teacher and you work with children, you know. Maybe you're a doctor and you see children, you know, or whatever it may be. Maybe you're a crossing guard and you know, help children cross the street every morning when they're going to school or whatever. But just, you know, this whole idea of they are very powerful. They teach us. And just remember, above all, like, to just find something you can learn every day, and find something you can be grateful for every day. And yeah, so I'm just stopping in for a few minutes. I didn't even think I was gonna talk for 10 minutes, but when I get going, when I get passionate. But yeah, y'all be kind to these little children, because they are beautiful souls teaching us as we're teaching them. Y'all remember to have a happy life day, and if you can't, at least be kind to others and to yourself, because everything starts within, and everything starts with you. See y'all next time.